Welcome. So there's names like the radical feminist, SJWs, names like that, right? And young men look at these women and they think they're nuts, obviously. They act nuts. They're yelling, they're screaming, they're angry. And the young man goes, well, I'm just glad my girlfriend isn't like that. But your girlfriend is still a female. And they are like that. They're just not showing you that because they know that if they show who they really are, you won't want to be around her. Think of an alligator hiding under the surface, waiting to attack. The whole idea of it is surprise. Nobody knows it's there. So I think that women have basically shot themselves in the foot. In fact, they shot themselves in both feet. And you have to ask yourself, why haven't these so-called good women out there that are left, supposedly, done anything about these females and about their sisters? Why haven't they said, organized something and told the other females to knock it back a few notches or something? Or actually done anything to combat these feminists? There hasn't been any resistance from the females at all, even the supposedly good ones. And the reason is because they're females too. And they are like that really too. And also they look at their sisters thinking that maybe they can gain some ground and they would be able to take advantage as well. The modern woman has shown herself for who she really is. What she's really thinking. What she really wants. How she doesn't like men and only uses them for utility or what they can get. And they show it now time and time again. And they're open about it now, about how they can be quite evil people. So men know the alligator is just under the surface. He knows it's there now. He's aware. And more men are becoming aware. Because more and more modern females are showing openly who they really are. They've lost their edge. Many years ago, you think women were that much different? Of course they weren't. But they were secretive. They did it subtly, so nobody knew. And that worked for them, because they were hidden. And now they're open. They're vulnerable. Now men are aware of women. They don't let them come close like they used to. They're aware of what they might do, so they keep them a little bit of a distance. Women have lost their edge. Smiling sweetly and looking nice, a man is not fooled anymore by that. You know these old sayings that you hear many times? And the reason why those old sayings are still around and you hear them is because they're true. That's how sayings get started. That's how they stay around. Give a woman an inch and she'll take a mile. That saying is true. Look at the women today. They were given some advantage, and now look at them. The trouble is women don't know when to stop. They used to have the man to say stop, but they don't have that now. And they're going into almost frenzied. And every time they do that, somebody's around to witness it. All the advantages they got from feminism, they are going to lose. In fact, they've lost most of it already. Sure, they can get into jobs and everything else and then accuse a man of assault to get higher up, because that's how they do it. And they don't want to do hard work to get there. A lot of men out there now, and it's getting bigger hopefully, do not even want to be around women anymore. They don't seem the point anymore. They're risky. For a little bit of fun, and very short time fun, a man can lose everything, and it isn't worth it. And the funny thing is, it's some of these men that have decided to not bother with women anymore, has found their lives fuller, less drama. They're surprisingly having a great time. You see, years ago, women were classed as valuable. Now, women are not very valuable, and they've made themselves less valuable than they ever have been. That you only really need a woman for sex. Everything else, they're not required. And not only are they not required, they've caused too much drama. They just are too much hassle to have around. They've made themselves obsolete to man. You see, women aren't team players. They're not going with the man to make a team, and that's the problem. Years and years ago, they used to try and team up to a point. Now women don't want to team up at all. They just want what they want themselves, and to hell with everybody else. Lots of women may wake up at about 32 years old and realize they don't have any children. Their body's falling apart. She looks more like 50. Reality sets in. They have basically wasted their life. What good man wants a used up woman who's losing all her looks, but still is a very needy person and wants so much, usually from the man? It's a sad day for women. They're going to be so lonely, so isolated, and yet man, it's his greatest hour. He has more time for himself. He'll be able to do those things he couldn't do before. He will rise to greater heights, while the women will fall by the side. Women have tried to go against nature, and nobody wins against nature. Nature will always win out. For those of you men out there that think differently, and you are supporting women and helping women in every way, you are not helping man at all. Women need to learn, and the only way they can learn is if we just give up on them as men, because they certainly have given up on us. That the reason we're in the situation we're in and the women have gone lawless, as it were, is because of weak men somewhere. So men, if there's any left, because we are a dying breed. Pass the word along. We need more troops. They're not producing any real men by the look of it. And if we lose real men, the world is lost, because it cannot survive without real men. That's just nature. Have a nice day.